Megan with Vigilante Vibes, and I'm here with another character breakdown, and today is a pretty big character. Today I want to talk about Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom. He's been in the headlines quite a bit lately, and it just seems kind of silly not to talk about him, especially with in Marvel Comics, One World Under Doom is in full effect right now. If you haven't checked out that event, do it. I love it. I'm having so much fun with it. If you have checked it out, let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, because no one else I know is checking it out. It's just me, and I'd like to talk to someone about it. But I'm veering off here. So with Avengers Doomsday coming and Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to the MCU, but this time as Doctor Doom, what better time to learn all about everyone's favorite villain? Let's start with a quick backstory. Back in July of 1962, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby came up with Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four number 5, setting him up immediately as the team's main bad guy. You have to think, that's Fantastic Four number 5, only the 5th issue of Marvel's first family. So yeah, it was pretty immediate. When Doom first shows up to cause trouble, Mr. Fantastic recognizes him as Victor, a guy he went to college with, known for being super into the occult. Victor once built a machine to contact the netherworld, but it exploded and left him horribly scarred. After getting kicked out of school, he vanished to Tibet to dive deeper into magic, and wasn't heard from until now. Most of that first issue focuses on Doom's evil plans in the present, but they dive more into his backstory in Fantastic Four Annual number 2 in 1964, again by Lee and Kirby. That issue introduces Doom's home country, Latveria, a tiny nation tucked between Hungary, Romania, and Serbia. Turns out, Victor was born into a Romani family that lived under a brutal regime. His mom, Cynthia, died when he was just a baby, and his dad, Werner, a very kind doctor, gave his life trying to protect him from soldiers. After that, a heartbroken Victor discovered his mother had been a powerful sorceress. Inspired by her hidden magical stuff, he became obsessed with mastering both science and magic, hoping to someday gain enough power to avenge his parents. As Victor got older, he turned into a bit of a Robin Hood figure, outsmarting the rich elites of Latveria, stealing from them and giving back to the poor. Eventually, he got a shot to study abroad at the Empire State University in New York, where he quickly butted heads with Reed Richards. Who wouldn't, though? I think I would. But as we saw in his first appearance, things went south fast after a dangerous experiment blew up in his face, which later stories revealed was actually an attempt to save his mother's soul from the demon Mephisto. After that failure, Victor left the U.S. in disgrace and ended up in Tibet. There, he finished his magical training and built his iconic armor. That's when Victor Von Doom died and Dr. Doom was born. He headed back to Latveria and used his new powers to lead a revolution against the brutal king, Vladimir Fortunov. Doom took over as ruler, and the people, happy to be rid of the old regime, welcomed him as their new leader. But Doom wasn't the type to stop at one country. Believing that he could bring true peace and order to the world, he set his sights on global domination. Ever since, Doctor Doom has been one of the top villains of the Marvel Universe, a major threat to the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and pretty much anyone who stands in his way. And let's be honest, fans love him for it. Something to keep in mind about Doctor Doom is that he is an extremely complex character. His complexity is what makes his character so compelling. Doom's complex personality and big picture goals also make him super flexible as a character. He can fit into all kinds of stories. He's not just some mustache-twirling villain. He's fueled by jealousy and this rock-solid belief that he is the only one capable of running the world the right way. He doesn't chase power just to cause chaos. He genuinely thinks he'd do a better job than the people in charge. His brain and sheer determination convince him that he's meant to bring about a new era of peace, but his massive ego usually leads to epic failures. And of course, he never thinks it's his fault. Never to blame. He can be Reed Richards' biggest enemy, but at the same time show real care for Valeria, making sure she sleeps soundly at night. For those who don't know who Valeria is, that is the daughter of Sue Storm and Reed Richards, who is actually godchild to Doctor Doom. The story is that Sue Storm was not doing well in her pregnancy, and Reed Richards had no place to turn, no way to help. He had no clue how to save baby and mom, so he turned to Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom did help, but he said he wanted to name the child. And he named her Valeria. I think I'm saying it right. I've heard people say it differently. Valeria. I like Valeria. For all his big talk and ego, Doom actually does want to make the world a better place. He lives by a personal code of honor, like never attacking someone who's unarmed. That said, he's pretty good at bending his own rules when it suits him. Depending on the story, he can be a ruthless villain to the Fantastic Four and Avengers, a wild card for Spider-Man, a heroic revolutionary to his people, or even a godlike savior running the show on Battleworld. What makes Doom so interesting is all the contradictions. He's intense, he's complicated, larger than life, which makes him a character you can explore from all kinds of angles. So that is a brief description of who Doctor Doom is. He's a larger than life character, and he is very, very complex. And someday I will make an entire video about his whole life. But I don't know who would watch it, because it would be like maybe an hour long. So if you're into it, let me know. So here's some interesting tidbits about Doctor Doom that I think can give you an even better idea of what kind of character he is. So for one, Doctor Doom blends magic and science together. Unlike other inventors like Iron Man or Forge, Doctor Doom is one of the rare characters in the Marvel Universe who mixes science and magic like it's no big deal. His mom, Cynthia, came from a long line of powerful witches and passed those magical abilities down to Victor, who spent a lot of his younger years learning the mystic arts. Doom's genius really shows in how he blends the two. His weapons and tech are super advanced, but also infused with magic. His armor, it's even more high-tech than Iron Man's, and loaded with hidden features that boost his magical powers even more. Currently, in Marvel Comics, Doctor Doom is the Sorcerer Supreme after Doctor Strange gave up the title to him. If you haven't checked out One World Under Doom event, again, I highly recommend it. He is World Emperor and Sorcerer Supreme in that. And he is a problem for everyone, except his followers and his Doombots. To put it in perspective on what kind of problem Doctor Doom really is, let me tell you about the time he destroyed an entire universe just out of spite. If there's one word that sums up Doctor Doom, it's petty. For all his genius, his mind-blowing inventions, his world-shattering weapons, Victor Von Doom can be incredibly small-minded. From the start, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby made his arrogance and vanity his biggest flaws. His pride literally ruined his face, first in a lab accident, and then again when he slapped a red-hot metal mask onto his skin out of sheer ego. Out of all the villains in Marvel, Doom might be the one who fails the most because he just can't swallow his pride. So, in today's world of more complex, evolving characters, where does that leave someone like Doom? That's the question the 2019 miniseries Doctor Doom by Christopher Cantwell tries to explore. The story follows Doom after he's wrongly accused of a massive act of terrorism and starts having these haunting visions of a perfect life. His face is healed, he is married, he's known as a hero who saved the world. When he finally makes it to a version of reality where all that is true, his alternate self tells him the key to it all. Just forgive Reed Richards and let go of this jealousy. But Doom being Doom and doing Doom things, he refuses to admit he might be the problem. Instead, he grabs the ultimate nullifier, a weapon that can wipe out entire universes, and destroys that reality rather than deal with the truth. So, that's how petty he is. That's how strong-willed he is, and that's how hard-headed he is. He's just like me, for real. So, Moving on, you really can't talk about Doctor Doom without bringing Latveria up. If you only know the Fantastic Four from the live action movies, which is true for a lot of fans, you might not realize that Doctor Doom isn't just some random villain in a mask from somewhere called Latveria. He's actually the ruler of his own country. Doom runs Latveria. It's a fictional Eastern European location, so don't think it's real, because I have seen some that think it's real. It's usually shown as a quiet, farming based country that totally depends on Doom's leadership and his advanced tech. There's no crime, no corruption, no illness, no drugs. But it is also a full on dictatorship. The people live under constant surveillance, with Doom's robot enforcers, the Doom bots I brought up earlier, keeping everyone in line. Because he's head of state, Doom isn't just a supervillain, he's a big political player. When he travels abroad, including his many trips to the US, he does it as a diplomat, and sometimes heroes like the Avengers even have to act as his security. And even though he's done some wild stuff, like launching the Baxter building into orbit, he usually gets away with it because of diplomatic immunity. Outside of that, he also tried to expand Latveria's territory quite a few times, picking fights with places like Simkaria, Wakanda, even the Savage Land. So that is a brief breakdown of who Doom is as a character. He's based. That's all I can say. So, like always, I have some comics that you can check out to get to know Doom a little better. We'll start with Fantastic Four, number 57 through 60. Iron Man, number 149 to 150. Fantastic Four, number 258. Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment. That one's fantastic. You have to read that one. You have to. Fantastic Four, number 350 to 352. Fantastic Four, number 67 to number 70. And Fantastic Four, number 500 from 2003 for the Unthinkable storyline. Books of Doom. Doctor Doom and the Masters of Evil. Secret Wars, obviously. Infamous Iron Man. That gives you a really good look at who he is outside of the power, outside of being in control. Doctor Doom number 1. This is what we saw Robert Downey Jr. have on his Instagram when he said he had the Doom essentials on the set of Avengers Doomsday. It's also a really good one with him and Valeria. So check it out. My first personal favorite current event, like I said again and again, check out One World Under Doom, and definitely check out Thunderbolt's Doomstrike. I just think it's one of the best things that came out of One World Under Doom, and I'll never stop talking about it. So at some point I will release his full background, so be on the lookout for that. And thank you for joining me for this breakdown of Doctor Doom. He is my favorite villain. I love him. He thinks he's right. He's very narcissistic. He thinks he's right. He doesn't think he's the villain, and he cannot handle being wrong. And that's why I love him. But I'm excited to see what Robert Downey Jr. does with his character, because right now we really have no idea. So with that being said, be sure to like and subscribe, and have a marvelous night.